tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. Tell me I'm too young to understand. Say I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. I wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and
Song
I'm
actually.
older. All this
Don't say
time
weed
I
it.
was finding
No, I want to say like X Ambassadors or something, or Imagine Dragons, one of those two.
didn't know I was
Stuff on Instagram and they're like closed.
Really?
I don't know if they're like permanently.
It was Avicii.
Oh, Vici. Oh, he killed himself.
No, he didn't kill himself. He overdosed.
I'm pretty sure.
Dude, when you're a Swedish EDM idol, you don't
Yeah, no,
kill
he
yourself.
killed it. He was on an episode of Suicide Buddies. He was the suicide that they released. You know, it's crazy. Avicii literally worked like 300 over. He was on tour like 320 days out of the year.
Oh wow, wow! I had just always heard that he was like a drug guy,
Yeah, it was.
but it says TMZ reported that the cause of death was suicide due to self-inflicted injuries with a broken wine bottle.
It's a very
What a
good
fucking romantic. Is there a fucking sexier way to kill yourself? So wake me up when it's all over. I sent my dad this, Jesse, but I think you'll like it too. I'm gonna comment. Did you see the remix to "Numb" by Linkin Park, but it's 80s pop?
That's so true.
I just commented on that. Dude, it's amazing.
I know the song.
Okay, you want to give that to me?
Yes.
Or are you going to keep it a secret?
No, it's Zebra Head in My Room. I think the title says it all for quarantine. And then 19 seconds. Oh no, it'd be fine, probably. Deep cut, yeah. It's actually, I don't know if it's a bonus track, but I know it's the last track on Playmate of the Year. Bring one
The inauguration. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Yep.
I've got
Okay.
I've got a good one. Well, and that's when I said, Eric, just because you're the president's son doesn't mean you get to kick that homeless guy. If you have an issue with me, you take it up with me.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. We were just talking about a crazy story from this weekend. My name's Drew Absher,
I'm Parker Newman.
and we are the co-hosts of the Fill My Heart podcast. Parker, you tell them what we do this time. I'm tired.
Understandable. So what we do is normally we just bullshit for a little bit.
It's not true. No, I'm joking.
we don't bullshit. What we talk about is
It's
very meaningful.
It's very important to me. I thought it was important to you.
Oh, true. So young, so naive. And then we review Dr. Phil clips, Dr. Phil related or adjacent things, memorabilia, whatever. Just so we go over Dr. Phil, make fun of it, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. And the reason we're doing this PSA is because it's important
Oh yeah.
to
Forgot
say
this part.
that, you know, we use some strong language on here, some questionable humor,
Yes, nudity.
some jocularity, if you will. Some nudity. Say nudity. We always like to open the Dr. Phil clips with a little bit of softcore porn, just to really let people feel it.
Soft,
yeah. Nothing too
Which
aggressive.
is creepier.
Yeah,
than
like Skinamax. Like,
Yeah.
we appreciate you watching. So you know, put the kids to bed. It's bedtime.
It's 5, but it's bedtime.
It's 5 o'clock here. but
There's
it's
no
9 o'clock
order
somewhere.
anymore. COVID has
Yeah.
taken over.
Yes, if their sleep schedule hasn't completely altered, you're not being a good parent. And we'll get into this in 1 second, I guess. Right? We can just
Yeah.
let me just send out one more text message that we're live
Oh yeah, we're just live on Facebook. We're not recording.
and YouTube. Yeah.
And YouTube.
Yeah, this is on YouTube as well.
Oh.
Tell the people on YouTube what you think of who owns YouTube? Zuckerberg? I don't know. It's either Zuckerberg or Bezos, let's be honest.
They can share. They split custody.
Yeah.
All right.
They just pass YouTube to each other every other weekend. We'll let Twitter have them on the weekdays.
I want to go live with Zuckerberg.
All right, let me just send this. All right, this is riveting stuff. You guys are welcome. You guys are seeing how the sausage is made. Me and Parker promoting the show. All right, you ready to do this?
Yes.
All right. We're coming in with a song Parker picked this week, so let's give it a second here.
I've got girls staring in my room. The only thing's my room is not here. 10 to 2, the clock will move. Detention hall is better with beer.
Hey everybody, welcome into Fill My Heart. My name's Drew Absher.
I'm Parker Newman, and that song was "In My Room" by Zebrahead,
Yep.
album Playmate of the Year.
Yeah. Why'd we go with that song? Parker?
In My Room, it's a reference to quarantine and
Yeah, baby.
self-isolation. Not in the song, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless they predicted that in, like, oh, God, when was this
They're
album
like
out?
the
Late
original
90s?
Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. People, what's the obsession with people thinking the Simpsons predicted everything?
I don't know. The weirdest like we predicted it is people who think Biggie Smalls predicted 9/11.
I have not heard that
Well,
one.
it's just people like it's crazy how quickly people jump to conspiracy without jumping to history.
Did he put up like 2 fingers or like one for each tower?
No, it's less innocuous than that. It's fucking the World Trade Center got bombed in what 93, right? There was a World Trade Center bombing.
Oh, I
in
thought you meant
93.
9/11.
No. The prequel. The precursor to
prequel.
9/11.
Oh man,
The-
Jar Jar Binks was in it.
The warning shot that Osama sent at us. No, but like I think the World Trade Center got bombed in 93.
Wow.
And then on Juicy, he says, time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade.
Whoa.
Which is, he's making a reference to that bombing. And everyone's
Damn.
like, he predicted 9/11. I'm like, he didn't even predict his own death.
Yeah,
How would he know
true.
about 9/11? Like, it's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is funny. Like, it was something I was, I'm going to say this naturally. It was something I wanted to talk about on our Patreon. We do have a Patreon. You can subscribe to that at patreon.com/fillmyheart. $5 a month, bonus episodes. But this conspiracy theory about 5G causing coronavirus.
About what? 5G?
Yeah, 5G network.
I've not heard that.
So, dude, you're gonna love this because it's one of me and Parker like conspiracy theories as readers, like the same way people like Harry Potter. Like we don't really buy into it, but we like to talk about how absurd they are. And like,
Yeah, totally.
I like it how I like people like the Kardashians,
Mhm.
where you're not really ever like I fucking love Kim Kardashian, but you're like this is trash, you know?
Yeah. And you know that they started the coronavirus.
Yeah. it was
On
the
to you,
it
Kim.
was the Armenians. I'm watching you. No, but basically, and like there is merit to it. That's why it's so interesting. Not that it started coronavirus, but like there are places that are like Australia has banned 5G.
Really?
Yeah, because like there's research that says like it's not completely safe.
Yeah.
So like places are just banning it until they like do more research on it to see like what the effects are.
Okay.
But then people took that information as, well, this is what clearly started the coronavirus.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
that's
it's like,
a stretch.
yeah, well, I haven't gotten too deep. I just heard about the conspiracy today or yesterday. So I'm like, I haven't done my research on it. I just found, someone was like, yeah, Australia banned the
Did
the
you almost say they
5G.
banned coronavirus?
Yeah, I don't know why more countries aren't doing
Yeah.
that, man. It seems like a no-brainer.
How dare you, Donald Trump?
Yeah.
You allowed coronavirus.
Yeah, this is 4 more years of this, folks. No, thank you. He won't even ban the coronavirus.
I just imagine like a coronavirus with like a mustache. like,
Yeah, trying to
an
sneak in.
overcoat,
Yeah, it's
like-
2 coronavirus in a trench coat. Yeah. Yeah, that is funny. Why won't the president ban coronavirus?
Yeah.
I'm just asking the real questions, folks.
Man, speaking of people who started coronavirus, I had Passover, and no, that's a lot of fun. Even though it was like in whatchamacallit, it was like over Zoom,
Yeah.
right? And it's very like, I don't know. Are people gonna celebrate Easter like that? Do you think?
No, because people who are like celebrate Easter, they're not really religious. No, of course not, dude. You can't fucking look like Easter is the biggest parody of religion in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny to like, and it's a hack premise at this point. But like, what the fuck does the Easter Bunny have to do with Easter?
Yeah,
and like
true.
the fact that like people are like, man, this is the day that Jesus conducted the greatest miracle of all time. So we're going to celebrate with dying eggs. Like, how do
Yeah.
you not see that this is like just a commercial thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I still celebrated Easter a lot as a kid.
Yeah, but you celebrated, 3 days prior.
Thirty-
Your people were like, finally. You guys celebrate Thursday. You guys are a bigger Thursday crowd than Sunday.
Yeah. We really put the dye in Diane. I don't know.
I don't think anyone no one really takes Easter that seriously.
No, not
It
really.
is the Scottie Pippen to Christmas's Michael Jordan. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like it's
People
second
take
fiddle.
Christmas seriously for sure.
Yeah.
That might be a possibility. People could go in another lockdown, on
Yeah.
around Christmas.
If Christmas is Paul Simon, this is Easter's Garfunkel. You know what I mean? You're like,
That is true.
It's the George Harrison of holidays. It's just like,
Oh,
who
not
really
even
cares,
Ringo?
No, Ringo was, I don't know. Ringo survived longer than George Harrison,
Yeah,
so I think he
true.
gets higher bill than
Man.
than Harrison. No, yeah, I don't think. I mean, look, if you're celebrating Easter, subscribe to our Patreon and let us know, because we really just always try to drive people to the Patreon. Yeah, I don't think anyone celebrates Easter seriously, at least.
Yeah, not really. I don't know. Yeah, it's not that fun. Passover is a lot of fun.
What is
actually.
Passover?
Basically, I'm gonna describe it fucking horribly. There's a Jewish guy like, no, not even fucking close. Is that like, so basically, there's a feast at the end. There's like, matzah, and you put it in the thing, and like you hide it, and then like you go find the matzah, and then you like, leave the door open for the prophet Elijah. We don't do that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have.
But you guys like to keep your profits.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. No, just because there's cats, but like, we don't want to.
Like, all jokes aside, no, there's serious repercussions.
Are we just gonna let the dog out into the street because fucking Elijah can't use a doorbell? Like, I don't.
No, seriously, there is issues with doing that practically.
And yeah, basically we all go through. There's like 6 plagues, and you have 6 things on.
What's your favorite plague? Rank the plagues.
The plague. I would say the bitter herb
is number 1. That's your number 1 seed.
That's pretty good. The bitter herb with the salt water, because it represents the tears of the Hebrew slaves in Egypt.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a very lighthearted holiday.
No, God, not at all. It's like
you have to leave a door open for.
I think that Irish people are just like really jealous of this, because it's us being like, we were slaves too. Like, that's what
Irish people's what you went to for the slave reference.
Yeah, well, that's always, And then
What are the other plagues?
There's God.
Should I just Google it? You don't seem very knowledgeable.
I just forget, even though
I
celebrated.
It feels like you've passed over the history of Passover.
Well, I remember like the stuff. There's hard-boiled egg, and then there's maror, and then there's.
Are there any good ones?
No, you don't really like eat that the same
okay.
way. You do the other stuff. It mostly represents. And then you sing Dayenu eventually.
What is that?
It's just a song.
Oh, okay. You sing it. I thought you said you see it. And I was
No.
like,
You
is that like Jewish
you
roots?
Take a shitload of acid and you
Is that the Jewish the roots?
Yeah, it's just like Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Yeah. And
oh,
then
dude,
there's,
fantastic
there's other
songwriting.
There's another thing but
The second verse?
Yeah, no, that's the chorus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like Ilu Hotzianu, like shit like that.
Yeah.
And then it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. So we've done this before, I forget. It was during Hanukkah actually when we did the Hanukkah episode. What is this like? What is this equivalent to Christian holidays? Like Passover. This isn't the big one, right?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty big. Like, yeah,
Okay.
that's my kind of.
I thought your guys' Christmas was like Toyotathon or something.
No, it's definitely. It'd probably be Passover. Just
Really?
because it's like the whole thing is that the Seder's like a feast, and it's actually like the picture of Jesus with the 12 disciples is a Passover Seder.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, from Family Guy. That's
Yeah.
where I know.
So like this is your Christmas.
Yeah, pretty
dude, well,
much.
Merry Christmas. I didn't know that.
Thanks. I don't know if we're right. I also celebrate Christmas, kind of.
Yeah. Is it Happy Passover? Merry Passover?
Happy.
Happy
Yeah, I guess.
Passover? Okay, well, everyone wish Parker a Happy Passover. I didn't
Thank
know that,
you.
dude. You should have said that.
Yeah.
I thought Hanukkah was...
Nah, it doesn't.
Hanukkah's your 4th of July.
Hanukkah, like, isn't even in...
Yeah, it's not
Any
in
of
any
the
of
main
the
text.
scripts.
It's in the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? I've always said that is who gives a fuck about the Apocrypha, you know? that's I have it tattooed on my back, actually.
But what has been going on with you, Drew?
Dude, you know what? Just a whole lot of nothing, to be honest with you. Just been hanging out, playing a lot of video games. I'm starting to get like annoyed because I'm like actually like getting better at video games.
Oh, shit.
When you know that you're getting better at video games, you just realize you've wasted so much time. You're like, this sucks, dude. I shouldn't have been doing this whole time.
What video games?
Call of Duty.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I started playing. My friends like always played like every single night, and then they were like, "You should play, you should play." And I was like, "Guys, I'm an adult." And then I was like, "Fine, I'll play," just because like I don't see you guys anymore, so it'd be fun to hang out. And then I started playing, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is like a lot of fun."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Call of Duty and like video games, but I'm too much. I was a throw the controller type kid.
Yeah, you can't be that in this one. So like basically the way like the new game mode is called Warzone. It's basically the same format as Fortnite, where like you drop in with like 3 other teammates, and it's you versus like 160. So it's like 154 or 156 people versus you and your 3 people.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's like a bunch of teams, and then you're trying to be the last team remaining.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's a lot of fun. And you can also do it solo, so it's you versus 149 other people.
That sounds like it takes a while though.
Yeah, I mean it takes 40 minutes or so.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a long excursion. And like you parachute, so the map is huge.
Man.
And you drop in, you parachute in, and then you like there's like boxes, and so you have to like loot these boxes and then like get guns.
Why
and
the
then
parachuting? That's so realistic.
Well, because like
Do
the
they
map
have you,
is
like-
so big, and so like instead of putting you all in one spot, like you get to decide where you go. So it's like this airplane flies over the map, and then you jump out of the airplane, and you get to decide where you land, and then you like get boxes. You get these loot boxes, and then you can like get money, and then you can buy stuff.
All
It's really,
right. I
it's
thought
really
they're
intricate.
trying to be more realistic or something. I'm like, are they gonna make you like enlist too?
Yeah. No, you have to shave your head. No, but it's really dumb in the regular like COD. You're probably used to like team deathmatch and all those.
Yeah.
The like pre-match stuff now is that like you helicopter in, like so you're in a helicopter with your gun, and then there's like a rope drop, and then you jump.
Then you hang yourself.
Yeah, and you shoot your teammates. One of your teammates is Pat Tillman, and you shoot him. No, but yeah, it's and the helicopters are way too fucking loud.
Yeah.
So you're like trying to talk to your friends about something, and you're like, God damn it, we're in the helicopter, and then she's like, it's just so fucking loud, and it's just obnoxious. It's just like, video games like aren't supposed, and like this is a problem with a lot of video games. They're not supposed to be so realistic that like they're real life.
Totally. I do hate
I
that.
don't want to throw interceptions in Madden. Make it impossible for me to make
Yeah,
mistakes.
they might as well just give you CTE.
Yes,
And it's
exactly.
like-
In both Madden and the war.
But yeah, true.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't want ultra real. That's why like Mario Kart Baseball is the best game. Have you ever played Mario Kart Baseball?
Not baseball.
Not Mario Kart, but just Super Mario Baseball.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think so.
It's fucking amazing. It's like the best because it's just like Donkey Kong uses a boxing glove instead of a bat. You're like, okay, I guess that's what he
not
does.
illegal.
No.
Just-
Show me in the rule
Not
book. Show me in the
recommended.
rule book. Yeah, no, it's so anyway, I've been like getting way better at video games and also like playing NBA 2K and stuff, but
Man,
I miss sports, man.
really?
Oh yeah, man. I can't live much longer without sports.
Yeah. Hopefully they.
I know that's not an issue for you. You're not a big sports guy, but
No, not really.
yeah, no, dude, it sucks. It'd be like the way that I could relate it to you is it'd be like if all of a sudden music wasn't allowed to play. I'm serious, man. That's what it feels like. Is like this thing that you love and is a distraction and like you talk about with people, it's just gone.
Yeah.
It sucks.
No, that does suck. Why can't like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like isn't there enough saved up stuff?
Yeah, but you know how that ends already. Right. Maybe it's like, okay, you can only listen to music from like 1975 and before.
Yeah. Oh man,
That's what it would be like.
I could go a week doing that.
Right, and so could I. I
That
was like,
sucks though.
"That's
I
not
think
bad."
I'm actually gonna go to a Kings game when all this is over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've never been to one.
You're like, once the coronavirus has made it scary to go in public, I think I'm finally going to go to a basketball game.
I don't know. I like making plans for the end of coronavirus, like we're about to get out the war.
Yeah.
Or
I've always said like we should go to a game as have a group of comedians go to a basketball game.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be great.
Sit up in the nosebleeds, get some fucking beers, just have a good time. Like
Yeah.
basketball games are fun to go to, especially like when the Kings are like playing well. They're so fucking fun. It's so loud in there, and it's like just really fun.
Yeah, we could charge the court, Just
Yeah, we could throw beers at other people. We can just get really rowdy. Like, what was our first game? What?
we can touch the team players. Team players. What the
The
fuck?
team players. Only the guys who are there to help the team win.
The team players.
This guy's not a team player. Don't touch him. Dude, one time when I was in middle school, I played basketball in middle school, and my coach scheduled a thing to go to the Warriors game. Like we got this is how it was sold to us, is that one of the Warriors players reached out to our team and was like, "Hey, I'd love to have you guys as a guest of honor." Like our coach knew his mom's coworker or something. You know what I mean? Like it was something.
Wow.
Like, so we were like, "Oh, sick!" And so they were like, "Yeah, we'll bring you guys on the court." Like this is what my coaches were telling us. Is like the coach, we're gonna go on the court. We're gonna be like sitting courtside, all this and that. We're like, oh, this is insane, It's like when the Warriors weren't good, like 2006, 2007. We get to the game and we're sitting in the Warriors were bad, so like the game was not close to capacity. We were like the only people sitting in the nosebleeds.
Whoa.
And then like they were like, they're gonna shout us out on the big screen. And then like our school name like scrolled by like that. And dude, we were just like, oh, the coaches just lied to us. It was so depressing. Yeah, it was fucking miserable.
Man.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than like realizing you got duked as a kid. Like you just get fucking bamboozled by an adult.
Dude, that sucks. I don't think I can relate to that at all. I think I've told you I've only been to one sports game.
What game?
It was the A's versus the Rangers.
Oh, really? When was that?
I was in like third grade or something.
Third grade. Okay.
Literally, so like the guy pegged him. I mean, he threw the ball. He didn't. He didn't
say,
have.
"Whoa, this is a fun game."
He didn't have a strap on.
Yeah.
That would.
Was this the A's or the ass?
And so basically, like he like charged at the mound and like, like I don't know if he threw his hat at him or something, but they like everyone started like rushing out the dugouts, and I'm like, oh, I like baseball. This is like.
Let's see if we can find it. I bet we can find it on YouTube. Benches clear in Oakland.
Sprawl.
A brawl is what I meant to say. That was 8 months ago. No, it was Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura. No. It's probably this one. 07? Does that sound about right? You were probably in 5th grade in 07. Let's see. Does this look familiar?
The runner goes, and the pitch hits Swisher. He charges them out. Swisher on his way out there, and he
I'm
charges
getting
right into the
PTSD.
You just start sobbing. Daddy, take me home. Daddy, take me home. Was this it, you think?
Maybe.
That was probably it. I mean, these teams play so many times. They play 19 times a year or so.
Wow, really?
Yeah, dude, baseball fights when they are good, they are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing better. Like here's a good one. Let's watch. This is Jose Bautista versus Rougned Odor. Basically, these teams played in the playoffs the year prior, and Jose Bautista hit a home run and did the most like incredible like taunt ever.
Really?
And, yeah, it won them the game. But watch this.
In the 8th inning.
All right, so Jose Bautista got on first base because he got hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
Check this out. All right, so ground ball to third base. Adrian Beltre fields it and is going to throw to second base to get the force out. And he throws it kind of low. Rougned Odor picks it. Jose Bautista is sliding real late. He's going to try to take out Rougned Odor here. And Rougned throws it away. Cut the camera.
Oh.
But watch.
Oh shit. Crazy.
Yeah, now they're just fighting in the outfield. But now we got to watch the replay because you got to see what started all this. It's one of the most glorious moments in baseball. Let's see a replay here.
more like Angel in the outfield.
Oh boy, oh boy.
That was not.
Let's see if this is a good replay angle.
No doubt what he was trying to do at second base.
Sure.
Let's see here. Come on,
Now
show it right
Marlo
here.
Hale getting an explanation. Here's the close-up.
So he kind of slides real late there. That's a dirty play. Dirty play in
Really?
baseball. Yep, that's not
It
right.
just looked like he was sliding.
Yeah, no, but you don't do that. You slide before the base. He was sliding after the base, trying to hurt him, basically.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Odor, you
So
saw
here's what
Odor
happened.
drop it
Watch
down.
this. Push.
Rubens, no.
Damn.
Rougned Odor just lands a straight right on Jose Batista.
Holy shit, that was a really good punch.
Yeah, dude, insanely good punch. But
Yeah,
the
I
best
never
part of
seen-
the best part about this video is this is just for people watching. Go watch this video. It's on YouTube. Tempers flare between Blue Jays Rangers.
Odor, you saw Odor
But the
drop it
funniest
down.
part, and this is the best part about every baseball fight,
Yeah.
is you land a straight right hand. Beautiful. But your next punch instinctively comes with a glove on. Watch the next punch, how weak it looks.
Rubens said no. Whoa.
And then he just goes to smack him with a glove. It's so funny. It's like just a powerful right hand,
Yeah.
and then you just
It
like
looks
barely
like
get
a-
touched.
It looks like a pelican trying to slap someone.
Yeah,
Like-
it's so uncoordinated. It's hilarious.
Oh, man.
But
Dude.
I was gonna say, the first video we watched, the one that we think might have been the brawl you saw, the guy who got hit was Nick Swisher,
Yeah.
Oakland A's legend, New York Yankees favorite. So Nick Swisher was my favorite baseball player for like the majority of my childhood, because I went to a baseball camp at the Sacramento River Cats, and Nick Swisher used to be a River Cat because he's
Really?
the River Cats feed into the A's.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's a AAA team. So the players on the River Cats are under contract with the Oakland A's. But Nick Swisher like got surgery when he was on the A's, and I was at a baseball camp at the River Cats facility, and Nick Swisher, like, he was getting surgery up in Sacramento, so he just came and hung out with all the kids and like spent the night with us and stuff. It was really fucking cool.
Really?
Yeah, he like slept on a couch in the clubhouse. Like, we were all in the offices, but he like came and watched the Sandlot with us and like talked to us and stuff, and then like went and slept in another room. Like, he slept
Whoa.
on a couch, and then the next day like did outfield drills with us.
Okay.
Dude, he's like the coolest fucking guy in the world. He's like really
Didn't molest anyone?
no, not that I know of. Definitely not me, unfortunately. I'd love to get a paycheck. No, he's like hands down one of the coolest guys in the history of baseball. Like, the
Oh.
dude like is just like super grounded and super cool. So
Guys, thank you for listening to Fill My Heart on Barstool Sports.
well, you brought it up.
Yes, true.
You said I want to go to a Kings game. But we should get into the episodes of Dr. Phil.
Go for
This one's called Dr. Phil versus the Texas Rangers.
You slide tackled me, you son of a bitch.
You bitch. No, this one is called Coronavirus, Signs and Symptoms. We did this last episode, but we should do it again. Is every single episode is just now starting with coronavirus or quarantine.
Yeah.
But I liked this new one that maybe we'll do it next week because I just didn't. COVIDiots.
Yeah, I saw that.
COVIDiots, sorry, not sorry. Defiant fools frolic on the beach, go to parties and weddings, and hoard supplies during pandemic. It's just like Dr. Phil, like talking to people who fucked up. But I like this one. It's called Coronavirus Signs and Symptoms, episode 130 of season 18. Let's get into it. This first, I mean, these clips aren't like the most funny clips, but Dr. Phil, like, I think that they're informative. Like, these are people
Yeah.
talking about their experiences with coronavirus, but there is funny in here. All right. And remember, Dr. Phil's at home fucking basically Zoom conferencing. I mean, he's got the production of your second favorite podcast. Like, that's what he's at right now. But,
My favorite.
why is it? There we go.
This started with you on March 8th, right?
No, it actually originally started on February 18th after we came home from a traveling trip. I was at
February 18th?
February 18th. I went
Hold on. Let me talk to They told me March 8th. I'm going to fire someone real quick.
to a medical conference over in Hawaii, and we were there for 3 weeks.
It's like Hawaii. Is that next to Wuhan?
We set out on the trip
But why did it take you so long to get treatment?
on February 2nd. On February 18th is when I started having symptoms. I started just having a mild runny nose and a little sneezes, and then my back.
Oh, little
Oh.
cute sneezes. Oh, just little baby sneezes.
Dr. Phil's just like, is the symptom of coronavirus having crow's feet?
Jesus Christ.
My shoulder started hurting and across my shoulder blades, and that's it. But we were carrying backpacks, so I thought maybe it was because we were just run down. We were hiking.
But you started.
Now, hold on. Let me get this straight. Your back is so weak that a backpack would hurt it a week later?
Did your quarantine in your house on March 8th then?
So my symptoms, I started the quarantine on March 8th. That's when I got tested at the hospital.
You see?
And on March 11th, I got my results back that they were positive.
Okay, now, how many tests did you have before you found out for sure that you had the COVID-19?
1 COVID, 2 gonorrhea tests.
So I just had one test on March 8th. It came back positive on March 11th, and I just had a retest on March 23rd. I'm a healthcare provider, so I am trying to follow the CDC guidelines to make sure that I don't go back to work and I'm not a carrier. So I want to have 2 negative tests 24 hours apart.
Okay, so when you had the test on the 23rd, how did it come out?
I still do not have the results. They said it was going to
She's
be.
like, I got a B. I don't know what that means.
I didn't study as hard as I should have, and I regret it.
approximately 4 to 6 days
I
before
did well on everything except the math. So
You know, it was one of those tests where the study guide isn't exactly the same format of the test, so
Yeah.
it kind of throws you off. You get in the mindset. You know how it is. Dr. Phil. You went to at least high school, not college. For sure, didn't go to college.
receive results back.
You would think they would put yours at the top of the stack since you're a healthcare provider and they need you to get back in the saddle, right?
And because you're a white lady.
You would think that, but I don't think that they're giving any preferential treatment right now. I think they're just, what they're doing is they're taking all the tests, and they're sending them off in batches at this time. So they go to the local lab couriers and then they batch them, and then you get your results back. I have a friend that's a nurse right now that had testing almost 12 days ago, and she still doesn't have her results back, and she works at a hospital on the Front Range in Denver.
Wow, that just doesn't seem to make common sense. But okay, so
Dr. Phil always says it doesn't seem to make common sense.
yeah,
That's improper use of that phrase, isn't
just since that all. Yeah, that's.
it? You wouldn't say it doesn't make common sense.
That
You'd
does-
say it's not common sense.
Yeah, totally. That doesn't
Or
make
it doesn't make sense.
like he
But
has a chart for
yeah.
common sense.
Yeah. He's all, here's the parameter for common sense. It's not making my list.
you started feeling your symptoms around the 18th of February. What did you experience at its worst from that point forward? How bad did this get for you?
So it got to the point where on March 8th, March 1st, I had the fever, March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Once I had the fever, I went to my clinic and I got an influenza test for myself just to rule that out. That was negative, influenza A and B. On March 2nd, I called the CDC and I called the local health department and I asked them, I said, I've been traveling for 3 weeks. I have a fever. Could I possibly have COVID? And they said that I didn't meet criteria for testing. So I just basically laid low with my husband in the house the rest of the week. On March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th is when I felt, every time I stood up, I just felt like I wanted to collapse. I felt diaphoretic. I felt sweaty. My fever was off and on. I was having almost like when you go outside and you breathe in, I had like it felt really hot when I took a deep breath, and then I'd have
Whoa.
Really hot.
What?
I-
What felt really hot?
I came every time.
Yeah.
Like
It felt like
oxygen.
It felt like a man with flowy blonde hair was kissing my neck every time I breathed in.
these sharp shooting pains throughout my entire body. At times I would scream, and my husband said, "What's going on?" And I said, "It just
She's all, ha, ha, ha. What? Oh, nothing. Nothing. I had a bad dream.
She said, "I thought you were a ghost."
felt like somebody stabbed me with a pin or like an ice pick." And maybe
An ice pick?
He's all, no.
Are you an Italian mob? What the fuck?
He just,
It felt almost like I was sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, it was like Johnny Lasagna choked me with the piano wires. You know what I mean? The husband's just taking note. Interesting. So if someone were to hypothetically stab you with an ice pick right now, you couldn't tell the difference? Is that what you're saying?
my thigh or in my chest somewhere. And then I started having shortness of breath. I started having severe joint pain, muscle aches.
Now, hurry up, because I'm having a shortness of interest in what you're saying. Let's pick up the pace here, Lisa.
And on March 8th, I finally started having lower pain in my bilateral, in my lobes of my rib area. So that's when I asked him, I just said, I don't feel good. I don't feel right. Can you please take me to the hospital? So he took me into the hospital. When I was at the hospital, they did a full workup on me. They did influenza A and B. That was negative. They did a chest x-ray, and it showed that I had bilateral lobe pneumonia. They also did a CBC and a CMP. My white count was low. They gave me some
Oh
IV
boy, that's going to decrease the house value.
fluids and some Toradol just because I was having so much pain. And then they did the COVID-19 test on me. After the COVID-19 test, they sent me out the door and told me to wait for results, but to stay in isolation. So I've basically been in isolation since March 8th.
Wow. Are you?
Wow, don't you know that spring break is going on? You fucking square.
He's off. I knew you were going to talk that much. We would have just called the show Lisa.
Sorry, is this Dr. Phil
Hey,
or
Lisa, can I talk to you for a second? My audience is expecting me to get in a word edgewise. Could you tone it down next time? All
For
right?
someone with shortness of breath, you sure talk a lot.
All I asked was, when did you get tested? And you said all of that.
shown any signs at all? Any symptoms?
My husband, I feel like he had
Oh, you said husband. I'm turned off.
very
It's like, oh, bad connection. Just
Is your boyfriend mad you got COVID?
mild case of it.
Are you open?
Had fevers on March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And then he just had a little diarrhea.
She's all me, just a fever and shortness of breath. My husband shit his pants.
And it passed through him. He hasn't been sick, and he's been with me since they let him out of isolation 14 days later. So he's been off of isolation since.
Wow.
That does suck, but she
Yeah.
did say diarrhea,
Yeah,
so
and
you gotta give
that,
it to her.
That alone makes me laugh.
Diarrhea's
All
fine.
I need to hear is diarrhea one time to get a belly laugh out of me. Dude, I was thinking about this during that boring ass fucking conversation. Is there anybody who's made male pattern baldness more cool than Dr. Phil?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Is there
Yeah.
like someone you can think of who's more synonymous with male pattern baldness?
I mean, just like Steve Harvey, I guess, and that's why they get compared.
Yeah, but I think Steve Harvey is known for
Oh
like,
wait, isn't he just bald?
I don't know, is he?
I think he's just bald. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like nobody has pulled off male pattern baldness the way Phil has.
Nope, no one. He created it.
Yeah.
Just for the look.
I'm trying to think of someone. I don't think so. And the only mustache more famous than his is you know who. You know who.
Neil
Just-
deGrasse Tyson?
Yes.
Really? Was
No,
that
I was
it?
thinking Hitler.
Oh.
But if you believe the Earth is flat, there's no difference between those two. All right, you ready to
I
watch the
just
next
thought
clip?
of like
Oh.
Neil deGrasse Hitler, like the
Neil
thing-
deGrasse Hitler?
Yeah, just like the aerodynamics of Jews makes them really easy to put in the oven. And
No, but see, there were so many scientific problems with Schindler's List. All right, let's watch the next clip. 25-year-old who caught coronavirus on ski trip warns other young adults, quote, stay inside.
You're
he's
As
like,
your
Dr.
parents
Phil,
told
I
and-
pizzaed when I should have French fried.
and you're isolating yourself from your mother and father, John and Laura, because they are immunocompromised, and you're really concerned to not infect them, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm isolated above the garage and just trying to avoid
Dude, this guy, I don't know him.
any kind
His
of.
name is JT.
Oh,
He's got to be dumb as bricks, dude.
he has to be skiing.
Skiing, he's a handsome white dude who, like, he's got a nice jawline, you know, symmetrical face, except for that left eye's a little bit sitting low. He's got some dimples, but you can just tell just by the weight, like, no charisma, no energy,
Yeah.
just dumb as bricks.
Contact with my mom and my dad because that's my number one concern. You know, I feel a lot better now, so I just try to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, if like my parents were, like a ski lift, then I'd sit on them.
Yeah.
But and
I wasn't
touch.
I wasn't worried about my parents getting sick since I only have a nanny.
talk about that a little more in a bit, but I want people to get a sense of what you've been through. Now, when did you travel to Colorado? This was for a bachelor party, right?
Yes, sir, it was. I left March 9th and returned the 4th.
Dude, what fucking nerds go on a ski trip for a bachelor party?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is there, hookers at the hotel? Like,
I guess.
there's no strippers at the ski lodge.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck some Yetis
Yeah.
before you
Yeah.
get married.
Yeah. Just me and my boys in isolation at the top of a hill. A
Me and
fucking dork.
Me and my boys with some hot cocoa. That's all I need.
Buddy, let me say this. I got a thermos full of hot coffee for this trip.
14th, and you know I was in close proximity with all my friends, with at least 10 people, and I ate
Is
with
that
them.
him?
Yeah, that's him.
He looks way bigger there.
He's wearing a New England Patriots beanie, I think.
Was around the whole entire week, and no one tested positive for it. And then on my return back on the 14th, I felt fine. The next day, Sunday, I didn't feel anything at all. I actually met up with my parents here at my house and ate with them, and then I
He just is like, and then I like is customary in my house. I coughed in both of my parents' face before I left.
I'm like, Mom, have some hand grated Parmesan.
Yeah, I gave my mom a back massage and a face massage. I jerked my dad off.
I walked with my mom downtown, and I didn't even know I had the virus. And it's
He
funny.
went with a walk with his mom downtown.
Yeah.
I drove to the busiest part of the city and went for a walk. I touched every window and meter in the town.
Funny that I think I guess said that they felt like they went on a run for shortness of breath. Well, I actually did go on a jog.
This guy can't stop doing all the bad things.
Yeah.
I went and volunteered at a soup kitchen where I hand stirred, like with my hand, all of the chili we made.
I even ran probably 3 miles on Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking to a fucking Olympian. Who is this guy think he is, bragging about how far he runs?
He's like, I ran 3 miles on Sunday, kissing every baby I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Spit shaking hands with Japanese businessman. I actually took an international flight just there and back just to get some miles on my credit card.
I had this game I called French Kiss the Elderly.
Yeah. I did the new TikTok challenge where I lick every elevator button.
And then the next day, I had a 102-degree fever, and I got tested as soon as I
And I was like, that sucks. So I ran 5 miles.
knew I had the fever because I've been traveling.
Right. Now, this happened, you went from the 9th to the 14th, and this was there was a warning out at the time. I don't think it was very big in Colorado, but did you guys consider canceling the party because of what was going on?
We did. We just didn't know how serious it really was. I didn't know how serious it really was. If I think we wouldn't had more information about it or just done more research, we probably wouldn't have gone. Again, I probably wouldn't have gone walking with my mom if I would have known I had the virus.
Yeah. I like how he says he probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So if I knew I had it, I mean, who's to say, really? It's not fun to play hypotheticals, but I don't think I would have.
Dude, he was like made to make an apology as like a football player who hit his wife.
Dude, he totally does.
That's what he's created
Dude, he's
for.
totally got fucking guilty hockey player energy.
I mean, if I knew the actions
So-
that I were going to take would lead to such consequences,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have taken
Yeah,
them.
dude, dude, that's exactly. He's got like, I don't know if it's hit my wife, but he's like a football player who like donated or like invested in a restaurant with some fucking like MLM guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
he
totally.
rips a bunch of people off, and he's like, I didn't know what I was investing in. I thought I was diversifying my portfolio.
Well, yeah, of course. And when you did get tested, how did you get tested, and what was that like, and how long did it take to get the results?
Yeah, so
Instantly, there's this healthcare worker in the way, and I said, "Move, you fat ugly skank," and then I got it.
He's all, they did the test rectally first, and then I left my uncle's house, and then I went to the hospital. Some big fucking blubbering idiot.
local doctor's office here, and they were testing people in the park.
I went to the pediatrician first and said, hey, do any of these kids have COVID? And they said no. And then I started coughing and said, no, they do. I thought that'd be a fun prank.
At stations, and I drove up with my car, and that
Did you hear what he said? Sorry, we should go back. Sorry, riffed over that.
doctor's office here, and they were testing people in the parking lot, and they had
It's
stations.
just some dude in a van. Yeah, I'm doing tests over here. Just taking DNA. Yep, you had it. He's just put it. The guy's not even taking DNA with a cotton swab. He's doing it with his finger, then putting it on a bullet. He's like,
I imagine it's like, yeah, I just went to the parking lot, got some elote, and then
And I drove up with my car, and they did a throat swab, and I had my results within, the next day. I am still puzzled to know as to why, people like me are getting their results the next day, whereas health workers are having to wait 4 to 6 days for test results.
Yeah, we were just talking to Lisa. She said she's waited days and days, and she's a healthcare worker
Lisa's like, if I could speak for 5 more minutes, I have a couple things I'd like to.
that needs to get back to the job. And it's funny that it's so inconsistent. Now, you said you got a temperature of 102. What was the height of your symptoms? What did you experience that was the most difficult to get through?
Yeah, so the most difficult thing for me was those body aches, and I actually woke me up, from sleeping, and I would have to ice myself and stretch in the middle of the night.
Ouch.
To try to fall back to sleep. So I would say, for me, it's just the body aches. But other than that, I've been feeling quite fine past couple of days.
Well, that's good. And where are you isolating?
I'm in our spare room above.
In the middle of the Target in town. I've just been laying down on the beanbag chairs that they have.
I'm in the ICU waiting room.
I just went to the local elderly home and just sat in the lobby.
Garage. So my dad kindly brings up meals to me. And I'll just here read.
Unlike my mom, who does it with pure anger. My dad does it kindly, while my mom throws fucking hot tomato soup in my face. Says, "Eat it, you fucking moron! You got me sick."
Watch TV, and I just had a job interview today. So
Oh, this guy just can't stop
You
bragging.
really can't.
This piece of shit. Ooh, I ran 3 miles. Ooh, I'm employed.
that went pretty well.
Anything.
Good. And we've started to hear just recently of people losing their sense of smell and taste temporarily. Have you experienced that at all?
Yes, sir, I have. That's failed to mention that, but yeah, I can't taste or smell anything. I
Yeah,
don't know how long.
I just-
that's
So, go ahead.
I can't taste the sweet victory of backflipping while I'm skiing.
The last thing I smelled was the cocaine I took on that ski trip.
supposed to last, but I pretty much started as soon as I started getting a fever. I haven't been able to taste anything for at least 8 to 9 days. So
It's like, okay,
kinda-
sounds like I need that for my wife's cooking.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like-
let me tell you, Robin's cooking, and I swear, I'm like, lady, you're not supposed to use the tomatoes when they're green, but she just keeps cutting away. Anyway, thanks
Oh,
for
shit.
joining us, JT.
She heard me.
She's coming in the room. I'm gonna get yelled at.
kind of a new report. That's not something they were talking about to begin with, and apparently it is transient, so that's the good news. And you really want the younger generation to take this seriously, right?
Absolutely. You know, I'm pretty healthy guy. I exercise a lot.
Oh my God, JT, let it go, man. I exercise a lot. I fuck girls a lot, so that's pretty tight.
I was
Yeah,
snowboarding.
you know, I heard that like you can suppress a sickness with pussy.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
One of my friends said that the cure is in vaginal fluids, but it's not true.
I thought I could just bench press the sickness away.
All I did was give 18 girls the virus, so that didn't work.
But that was one pretty crazy Saturday.
Yeah.
With my friends, and I never would have thought that I would contract the virus. You know, when I got the news, I was kind of shocked. But
Especially because someone said that it didn't happen to people who were heirs to the Walmart fortune. So this guy just won't stop bragging.
as far as those, you know, young people that want to go have a spring break trip and have fun, like I understand, but
He's all, do it for sure, do it. You're never gonna get those years back, but just be aware you're gonna get sick.
He's
Others
like,
people-
do it, just bring an extra pair of skis
Yeah.
because it sucks just having one pair of skis.
Yeah, just bring a little bottle of Purell, you'll be fine. He just is giving really bad advice.
lives are at risk, you know, elderly people.
He's like, you know what? Just wash your hands when you poop. That's it.
Yeah.
You
You don't have to do it when you pee. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
So I'd say, you know, stay inside. Even if you aren't infected, you could be, because I had it for a day and I didn't even know.
Even if you aren't infected, you could be. Good advice, JT. Well said, you fucking moron.
I had it.
All right,
Ah,
that's
that
enough of
sucks,
JT.
though.
I want JT to give permanent medical advice on the Dr. Phil show. All right, let's watch a young.
What would you do if your doctor told you that?
Yeah, I'd be like, is this some kind of riddle? Young man diagnosed with coronavirus shares his symptoms and recovery process.
People are really curious because it is taking different tracks with folks. Describe your symptoms. What did it start with? What was the flow? What were your symptoms?
So at first it just started with a
Making me grow a ponytail.
Dr. Phil just goes, good God.
Yeah. First, it made my eyebrows this bushy. Second,
Yeah, holy shit.
regular headache, which I had thought nothing of. And then the following morning I had woken up with
Well, actually, what happened was I started changing into a werewolf at night when there was a full moon.
first, I had a headache, and I was like, well, that just must be all these beard hairs pulling from my brainstem.
103 fever.
And then I was like, oh, because I was a werewolf at that point.
Hold on, let's see here.
Woken up with 103 fever, which stayed consistent for the entire day. So that's when me and my family started to get a little worried.
And we stopped kissing and hugging. That was immediate.
And then after that, the fever went away, but fatigue, nausea, aches came along, a wet cough, and a lot of burning through my nose stayed consistent for the past 2 weeks.
What the fuck does that mean?
Burning.
That's the
through
second time
nose?
someone said that they had like a burning sensation when they breathed.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, is it like when you like eat a spicy wing too quick and it goes through your sinuses?
Maybe. Is it like a chest thing? Because I've had that.
No, she just remember the first lady said when she would breathe, she'd feel it in like the back of her throat, and then he just said when his nose.
Ooh, jeez. That doesn't sound good.
Everything else you were fine with though. You're like nausea, heartburn, indigestion. I hear ya.
Wait,
But-
you really do get heartburn?
No, I don't.
Okay.
know. Of course.
I think you're just listing symptoms from the Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, that was the joke. I was just saying like you weren't listening to
What
the,
if-
the other symptoms at all.
True.
Besides
Okay,
from
and-
that, my father he had a constant fever throughout the week.
Right. And how did this compare to other illnesses that you've had in terms of severity? I mean, I assume you've had the flu and colds and things like that.
No, never been sick before.
It's like, well, you know, AIDS was God punishment against me, but I learned now. So,
But I prayed the gay away, and I'm back better than ever.
How did it compare?
It was
Way cooler. Dude, it was so sick when I got COVID.
more intense on my body. You know, a lot of people think since this virus is more lethal for older people, that it's not as effective to us younger folk. But
I
it
will
was
say this though, even when people are like, "Oh, dude, it's just the flu," like, dude, the flu's fucking awful.
Well,
Like,
dude, it's so I don't know if I've ever told you this, but when I get a fever, I get delusions.
really?
Yeah, dude. I get like delirious.
Oh.
It's bananas. So when I get the fever, it lasts for about 8 hours total, but I'll spike at like 103.
Really?
Yeah, and like the last 2 times I've gotten like really bad fevers, I've had like really bad delirious like spurts.
You had that at like Disneyland,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've told you about that. That was with my ex Miranda. Like, I got like I was the first day we were in Disneyland. I was like just not feeling good, and this was a couple weeks ago. So I may have given it to a ton of people. No, we did find out I gave COVID
You're
to all
right.
of Disneyland. No, this was like a year plus ago. But yeah. So then like the second day, I was like just like cooped up in the hotel room. And she went to Disneyland, and I was just like trying to recover, and then, she like came back, and I was like just fucked up. I don't remember any of it, but I think like I like made her cry. Like I forget what I did, but like she was like crying,
Whoa.
and all I wanted to do was watch like old videos or something like that, and like wrestling videos like from like when I was a kid and stuff like. Just very bizarre. And then like the next morning I'm like, good morning, and she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, I
Really?
didn't remember. And the last time it happened, like
Are you sure it was the fever, not just alcohol? Was it
no,
true?
I don't, dude, I don't recall any of it. Like it's all gone.
Damn.
The last time I got it, like it was like a couple months ago. I was living with my sister, and like I just like I had a bad anxiety attack. I remember having the anxiety attack, waking up and going and like trying to take medicine,
Yeah.
like ibuprofen, because my head hurt so bad, and then don't remember any of it after that. I like texted my grandma a bunch of crazy shit,
Really?
texted my sister a bunch of crazy, but then I would delete all of the messages from my phone, and so the next morning, like I was like getting these messages back that are like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, what are people talking about? And then I like went to my sister. I like sent my sister like this super like this really like sentimental message about like
You're
about
like,
how
I
much
didn't mean it. I
no,
didn't.
but dude, like it was like this long paragraph about how much I love her and like how much I appreciate her, and then like the next message was like, do you think it's too late for me to learn Taekwondo? yeah, no, it was like I get like super bad delirious, but like the next day I'm like sick still, you know what I mean? I get like body
Yeah.
aches, but I don't have a fever the next day. It's weird.
Yeah. Wow.
very taxing on my body. I wasn't able to do a lot of like, you know, manual labor or anything like that. And compared to the flu, it had run me down a lot more. I wasn't able to get up fast. I had completely lost my appetite. Just wasn't feeling well.
And what would you say to young people that are saying, hey, I'm young, no big deal, I'm going to go along with my life, go to spring break or whatever? What do you say to the young people that maybe aren't taking this quite as seriously?
I mean, do it, because we're all going to die
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. It's only killing old people. Don't listen to Dr. Phil. Yes, it sucks for like 2 weeks, but you know it rules for a week? Spring break. So do that.
It seriously is not a joke. You know, we think we're tough and we could take on the world, but at the end of the day, it isn't about us. If I go out
Speak for yourself, pussy. I'll fight coronavirus.
and I had contracted the virus unknowingly, I then bring it back to my elderly family, my parents, my siblings, anybody else in the house, which is the biggest issue because I wasn't worried about me at all the entire time in the past 2 weeks. I was more concerned about my father's health, my mother's health, my grandmother, the people that you
We get
All
it.
right, you're
Yeah,
a
we get
fucking
it.
saint. What do you want?
Yeah, we get it, dude. You have family members. He's all my aunt, my uncle, my aunt's aunt, my uncle's uncle. It's just like, all
My
right, we get
half brother.
don't think about initially. Everyone wants to go out, everyone wants to have fun for spring break, but unfortunately these are times that are different from the past spring breaks that we
Dude, his eyebrows look like apostrophes. Dude,
Yeah.
shave those bad boys. Jesus Christ.
Experienced, can't really be going out and
Yeah,
around.
yeah, he looks kind of like a cartoon bull.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Got to be safe. Got to be precautious, which a lot of
Right.
people are throwing that out the window.
Of course. And was there anything treatment-wise
Of
that
course.
worked?
By the way, speaking of throwing things out the window, Robin couldn't be here today.
better for you than anything
She'll be recovered. I mean, back in a week or so.
else?
The only thing I was really told to by my healthcare provider was to basically treat it as the flu. So I had relaxed a lot, of course, and kept up on fluids. That was the main problem for me, was staying hydrated. I noticed when I was less hydrated, my symptoms were more severe and a little painful to deal with. So a very important thing to do is to stay hydrated and keep up your fluids.
So you feel like you and your dad both are coming out the other end of the tunnel now?
He's all, no, my dad's going to die.
Now I would say, yeah, we're at the tail end of it, at least for me. He, I think, will take a little longer to recover, but for me, in the past few days, I have been.
He's all,
He's
my
like-
dad, and let's just say I've got a pretty bonus check coming my way. When old man finally gives in.
feeling
I was,
a lot.
I was gonna say, he's just like, oh no, I killed him to stop the spread of the virus.
I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I
Yeah,
thought that
that's what your episode said.
drink water and kill anyone who's infected. I thought that was
Better. A lot less severe symptoms, such as like nausea. I'm not as fatigued anymore.
Well,
But-
this has been very helpful for you to share all of this with us, and thank you so much. And please give my best to your dad and tell him that we're certainly wishing him the best as well. And thank you for sharing all of this.
yeah. So that's we got one more. This is nurse discusses shame healthcare providers feel if they test positive for coronavirus after treatment or treating others. I do want to say that this is like one of my big anxieties about working at a grocery store.
Yeah.
Is like I think I said this to you, is that like we're eventually going to start like getting the brunt of people's like fear and like anxieties. Is like you're going to get to a point where like grocery store workers are treated like they've done something wrong, and
Right.
nurses are going to be the first people to get it. And this is what this lady talks about.
You-
It's just like that feeling of like everybody hates you because you may have had it or have it, you know?
Oh yeah, it's weird though because like no grocery store workers that I've seen have like masks on now.
Yeah, now the city, and so like where I work, they said to start wearing them.
Yeah,
So I've been wearing mine.
I've been wearing one and I don't wear it.
Yeah, but the mask makes my job way harder,
No, I'm sure.
and it's like that's what sucks about it is like I can either do this job easily or, you know, I don't know. It's tough. You know, you want to wear the mask to make your people safe, but it's uncomfortable to wear it for 8 hours.
Oh, totally,
You know,
dude.
it
I
sucks.
just wore it to the grocery store. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it
This is
sucks. So
so uncomfortable.
anyway, let's watch this clip.
It's difficult frustrating for you trying to help people, and then also it's frustrating for you as a patient, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Nurses always put patients first. It's just part of what we do as people, and so more so than even being worried about our own safety, we're truly worried about our patient's safety. And if we don't know if we're infected and we're told to go to work and take care of patients, let's remember most patients in our hospital system don't have COVID right now. They have heart attacks, stroke, diabetes,
Those
hypertension.
selfish bastards.
They have my sneeze on their face while they were sleeping. That's
And the things that we worry about for people that get COVID, and how can we protect them if we're not protected ourselves? And that's the moral dilemma that every provider is feeling right now, and
Right.
it goes against every ethical code that we've ever had in practice.
So if you spend 9 days not knowing if you have it, and days before that, before you were even tested, you could have unknowingly been interacting with cardiopulmonary patients and infecting them, not knowing you're carrying the virus.
Absolutely, and that was my concern when I called on Monday of last week, and I said, I'm worried about patients. I'm going to see a lot of patients, a lot of healthcare providers through the week, And in the back of my mind, I thought about the week prior when I had that chest tightness and thinking to myself, my gosh, I was in touch with patients all week long. Did I harm anyone? Was I infected? Am I infected? And I've talked to other providers that are positive, and they feel the same amount of shame. And it's really,
You know what's crazy? I heard shame is a side effect of coronavirus.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't nurses wash their hands and stuff? Like,
Yeah, true.
I mean,
I would hope.
Yeah, like they're more likely to have gotten it from like someone visiting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
hard
Yeah,
to
I'm sure they take precautions. And people
Right.
that do have coronavirus, they put like, a whole like suits on that cover every inch of your body.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like I get why she's afraid, and like
Yeah.
that's the same fear I have at work, is that like I'm gonna give it to somebody, but
Yeah.
like I'd be more like they probably got it from their fucking grandson who came and visited.
True. This is a thought. So like I just a minute ago I got masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize this till I took them out. They're N95 masks.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you don't care about first responders?
No, I was gonna.
No, it's fine. If you don't care about nurses, Parker, that's fine. I'm not gonna be mad at you.
My dad, ironically enough, got them for me.
Really? And then
Yeah.
your dad got what for you?
Huh?
COVID. He
COVID.
got COVID for you. So
And so, yeah, I'm like, man, I really want to donate these or two.
oh, you just got 2 of them?
Yeah.
Ah,
So it's like, I'll probably, just keep them. But
yeah, or you can take them to a hospital and make nurses fight for them for you, like you're some kind of Roman Empire or an emperor.
yeah, that's a good point. Because I thought like if I donated that, like I could actually see someone being like, yeah, I'll make sure I'll give these to whoever needs
Yeah, they're
them
like,
most.
okay.
But also like, I just imagine like, what if I got them and then they just put like one mask over each boob or like nipple, and then they're just like sandwiching it, and I'm just
They're just having fun with them.
I'm just thinking like, man, I'm so glad to help
And
people.
then you get COVID because you didn't have a mask on.
Exactly.
something that's so out of our control right now. But it's really, really difficult to kind of grasp.
Well, I heard the story of a nurse in Italy that tested positive and actually committed suicide, reportedly from the guilt she felt for having possibly
Jesus.
infecting a whole lot of others.
It's pretty funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
God damn.
He's all, can you say dramatic? Anyway, back to you. What did you have to say?
It's real. I mean, I can tell you last week when I got sick and when the country started shutting down and, dealing with the unknown of what I have going on, dealing with the kind of anticipatory grief that healthcare providers are feeling of this cloud coming over them, the mental health struggles become real. And I reached out to a lot of my colleagues, and we don't like to
He's
talk
like,
about it.
okay, that's good and all, but are you gonna take my blood pressure or what? You're a bad nurse.
So who do I call for this sharp pain I have going down my left arm? I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've completely lost my sense of smell. Am I having a stroke?
How come the left side of my face is not?
We don't like to say that we're not well or that we're scared, and we are. We really are.
And you're in isolation now?
So I am home in self-quarantine. I
With your boyfriend, husband, or no one in the picture?
was told last Monday to go home and self-isolate, away from my husband, away from my
Boo.
Hang up on her. Hang up. She didn't say she had a husband.
animal, and I did that.
They're like, well, you don't sound so lonely after all.
I thought we had something going.
You said you were isolated. That means you're by yourself.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. And I didn't last very long. I mean, the mental health struggles that come from self-isolation alone, on top of being sick, on top of a pandemic, are real. And I'm not saying that other people shouldn't do that, but it was a discussion between me and my husband that what was best for us and for my health was to be together. And so that's what we decided to do. So the two of us are self-quarantined in the house right now.
Okay. And do you feel like you're on the mend at this point?
Yeah, I was talking to a friend who's also similar symptoms to me, denied testing, and he said every day has been a little bit better for him. I feel like I've had some good days and some bad days. Today I feel a lot better. I just feel wiped out. I feel like, I run through the differentials in my mind. I'm like, all right, is this mono? Do I have gastroenteritis? Like, what are my other options if this comes back negative? So, I still have some low-grade
You
fever.
could abort it. Wait, sorry, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we could remove it.
You could leave the coronavirus at a fire station.
It's nausea, but I feel I'm getting better.
Are you concerned that you may infect your husband?
Of course.
It'd be a real shame if he passed away, wouldn't it?
Do you think he might even get a worse strain of the virus?
Maybe you guys should break up. One way I think you could prevent giving it to him is if you killed him.
Of course I am. That's why I wanted so badly to self-isolate to protect him. And it's funny because he was like, Megan, if you have it, I have it too, probably.
Yeah, and he should probably leave you alone since he's got coronavirus. He should be in isolation in prison.
Yeah, that's real fucking selfish.
Yeah, what a piece of shit. He's probably the one who gave it to you. Does that make you angry?
I think he's got a life insurance
Yeah.
policy.
I mean, what's he do for a living? She's like, he's actually a lawyer. Yeah, see, he probably doesn't even have that much in common with you. You probably need to get married to a doctor. All right, well, that's the end of it. That episode was mostly informative. That's what when I was pulling clips, I was like, I kind of want to know what people are going through. So that was my way of being educated of what people are going through.
Was nice. I mean, we're obviously fucking around. We don't want any of these people to have coronavirus.
No, no.
That's awful.
But I do want to know what to, I knew about this, but none of them said they started with a sore throat.
Yeah,
everyone was like headache or body aches. I've heard the body aches are a motherfucker.
Yeah, totally. I know, whenever I get like chills, butt aches, whatever, with the flu, like I
shiver.
Yeah, totally. You're like hot and cold at the same time.
Yeah, it's miserable. I fucking hate that. But anyway, that's the end of the episode. Parker, where can people find you?
You could find me. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
You could find me at Parker the Newman on Instagram and Twitter. Also, feel free to friend me on Facebook, Parker Newman. And that's about it.
Cool. You can follow me on Instagram at Drew Absher is dumb. On Twitter at Drew Absher. I'll tell you in a second. And add me on Facebook if you want, Drew Absher. Subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/fillmyheart. And follow us on all social media at fillmyheartpod on all social media. I felt like there was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. Make sure to keep watching Stab Comedy Theater. All their live streams. They're putting out a bunch of content that's kind of keeping people sane during these times. I felt like there was one more thing. Oh, we got some really cool artwork from a podcast listener. So if you want to, if you're bored during quarantine and want to send us some stuff, we'd love that. We'll put it on the social media. We'll give you a shout out. We appreciate people listening and still, letting us do this. I think that's it.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have anything more to say, but the second we turn off the podcast, I'll be like, oh,
You just want to keep running then? Just let this sit for a second?
Oh, that's cool.
Just think for a second.
Nah, I actually can't think of it.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. We're going to... Oh, I accidentally shut down iTunes. So we're going to go out with whatever song pops up first. That way we can get this done quickly. But you know how iTunes is, man. They want to do all these updates on your phone and stuff. Let's just go to... we should go out with like Bill Withers because he passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Not from coronavirus. Do you think that sucks for Bill Withers? Like his destiny or his legacy will always be cemented in the guy who died during the COVID crisis without having COVID.
Yeah, same
like,
with Kenny Rogers. Yeah.
Kenny Rogers didn't have corona?
Nope.
What the fuck?
What
a waste.
John Prine
did. And the lead singer of Fountains of Wayne.
I never.
What? Come on, we're going to go out with Stacy's mom. We'll just pull it up on
Oh,
YouTube.
that band? Oh.
Yeah, dude. Come on. Stacy's mom. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.